Hey, you guys. It's, I guess it's me. Can you hear this? Can you see this? All right. I'm passing this video along to explain some instructions for the two writing options on the How the Leopard Got His Spots story. You've just listened to that on your computer or on a phone. And now you're gonna have a chance to write. So there's two options. There's the first one you'll see is an option to summarize, which is a fun writing exercise in its own right. You can see that the story about the ostrich has already been broken down for you there, and it is. Oh, there's my daughter. That's mine. It is. So you've got option one to try summarizing about how the ostrich got his long neck. This is what you're looking at. And in that one, it's not as creative, but not everybody likes to do, you're not always in the mood to do creative writing. And this is a really good writing challenge to try and boil down a 20-minute story that you just listened to into your own words and condense it to the problem, the block and the change, and the outcome. So like the problem was that Leopard and Ethiopian were having trouble finding their game anymore, finding dinners and tea times and breakfasts. They'd all moved, they scared them off. And so there was like this extreme game of hide and seek that was their problem. They were going hungry. And the problem, the block was that they couldn't find them anywhere. And so they went for days and days, and then they found the tall trees and the shadows and they found the animals. That was the change. So they changed their location, but they couldn't see them. They couldn't see them. So what did they do? They took Bahavian's advice and they changed themselves to match, and so they could change pretty much their location, and they were better hunters in a new location because they followed the game. The outcome was that they followed Bavian's advice and changed their skins and their appearances so that they could hunt more effectively and stop being hungry. So that's kind of like the overview, and that was me just verbally doing that. You can do it in writing in your own words, but it should be condensed into kind of like the problem, the block, the change, and the outcome. And you can do that really briefly, but you'll see that you can use your own words. I used like extreme game of hide and seek. That was mine. Come up with your own, or like how did you view their problem? All right, so that's option number one. Option number two is going to be to write a poem based on colors, which this is something I like to do. Colors are very important with imagery, and imagery is important in every story. It makes it more memorable. And so the better you are at describing colors and appearances, the more lively and memorable your story is going to be. So I want to focus on moods in the colors here. There's a couple of different moods. There's a couple of different colors. So I've gotten two different families of colors. I've gotten yellow, because they talk about a yellowish brown, and that was very confusing to me because if you take yellow and brown and mix them together, you get two very distinctly different families of color. In the yellows, you get the enjoyable yellow, midday yellow, fun yellow, funky yellow, icy lemonade, glad yellow, friendly yellow. All those are just like bright and happy colors, like this color back here is kind of a yellowish, happy color. But then you look over here, and you'll see that the nearly brown color, which started with, so I went to a paint store. That's where you get these swatches. They're Sherwin-Williams, and they have like things like this. This is like their color wheel, And there's the soft fawn color. And they talk about a soft fawn color in the story. And there are all the colors around it. And some of those colors are called Nantucket Dune, Urban Putty, Nomadic Desert, Practical Beige, Sand Dollar, Sands of Time, Portobello, which is a mushroom, and then Nearly Brown, which I don't even know what that means. But that just shows you that, like, the different sounds of the colors. And believe me, one of the jobs that I would love to do in life is be a paint namer. I would be like, every day would be a great day. If I was just wake up and start naming colors, that's my dream job right there. But Sherwin-Williams has already done this for us. But you can hear the difference in the kind of the family names there with the Browns. They're just not as fun. They're just not, it's not as lively. And think of the things that are these colors here that I've given you the swatches. I mean, that's just, it's brown. It's like dead leaves and, you know, things that are decomposing. And I've got a lot of brown in my house, right up here in the wood. And on the floor is orange. And then there's the wooden chair. But there's like different kinds of brown. But the brown, the nearly brown's like the threshold into, nearly brown is the threshold into